As every NBA superstar will get 100% of the credit for their team's success, plenty of role players will simply not get enough credit and won't be talked about as much as the other guys. Second and third option players who are okay not getting all the spotlight, but are sometimes just as valuable as the best player on their teams at certain moments. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. As we've seen in the past, guys like Manu Ginobili, who never won a Finals MVP but stepped up huge when it mattered most, Chris Bosh having big moments for Miami, drawing their back-to-back title runs, even role players like Tayshaun Prince and Sean Marion, who made clutch plays late in the playoffs. If it wasn't for them, their teams would not have won championships. Here are 10 of the most underrated players in the NBA today. Number 10, JaVale McGee. When everyone first hears of JaVale McGee, they probably thought he ended up in Shaq and the Fool, doing silly stuff on the court, but McGee's always been an impactful player, proving it now starting for the Lakers as a vital part of the team's chemistry, scoring 20 plus points in 2 of the first 3 games of the season. In his 11th season, his athleticism and 7'6" wingspan allows him to finish around the rim, skying for alley-oops, will draw it down on people here and there. JaVale, whose career was in jeopardy before signing with the Warriors, has made a huge name for himself for his contributions. Number 9, Ricky Rubio. The Spaniard has come a long way from being one of the most hyped prospects as a teenager, drafted ahead of Steph Curry, didn't quite live up to expectations with the Timberwolves, but has tremendously excelled both as a pass-first player and a scorer under Quinn Snyder's system. His per 36-minute stats last season of over 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals never gets mentioned. Has the ability to get triple-doubles here and there. Rated as a 77 in 2K, he's definitely a little higher than that. Number 8, Chris Dunn. Dunn was quietly one of the most improved players last season, putting up 13.5 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals, a huge improvement from a disastrous 3.8 points his rookie season. One of the most slept on players, got the defense and passing tools to become a star caliber player. There's a reason why he was the 5th overall pick in the 2016 draft. Currently out 4 to 6 weeks with an MCL sprain, he's had plenty of injuries in the past since his college days. That's his biggest concern, but once he's back healthy, the Bulls will be a way better team. Number 7, Aaron Gordon. After getting off to a slow start in his NBA career, Gordon was considered a bust up until last season, where he was the best player on the Magic, putting up over 17.5 points, nearly 8 rebounds, improved on all aspects of his game, can knock down the 3. The crazy thing is, he's still only 23 years old, earned a 4-year $84 million contract extension with the Magic, as he'll be looked at as Orlando's franchise player, but the team simply needs more if they want to be competitive. The athletic 6'9" power forward has all the tools to take the next step as a potential all-star. Number 6, Tobias Harris. One of the best scorers at the forward position, Harris played for 4 different teams in 8 seasons, all bad ones, averaged nearly 20.6 rebounds after being traded to the Clippers, earned his respect after being invited by the Team USA camp. At this very moment, he's the best player on the Clippers, putting up almost 22 a game at the start of the season. I won't be surprised if he keeps up with those numbers. Number 5, Chris Middleton. The 6'8" small forward is having a terrific start to his 7th season, who barely gets talked about, but is clearly the second best player on the Bucks behind Giannis. One of the most underrated scorers, quietly averaged over 20 points a game last season. An excellent mid-range shooter, one of the best in the league, and a career 88% foul shooter. True NBA fans knows how good and underappreciated Middleton is. The 27-year-old often gets overlooked, but if the Bucks win lots of games, he'll have a shot to become a first-time All-Star. Number 4, Joe Ingles. Off to a solid start this season, Jingling Joe is the perfect X-factor for every NBA team who can do a little bit of everything from shooting the 3, passing, defending, and finding angles to get to the rim, never takes bad shots, is the only player to shoot at least 44% from downtown in each of the last 2 seasons, never backs down from challenges, was a big reason why Utah knocked off OKC in the playoffs. Just ask Paul George. Ingles was also a difference maker when Utah knocked off the Clippers in the first round in 2017. A costly mistake for Doc Rivers, who previously cut him from the team. Starting out as a rookie at 27 years old, Jingling Joe is now the starting small forward for perhaps the second best team in the West. What a journey. Number 3, Julius Randle. One of the bright young players in the league, Randle quietly averaged over 20 points on 55% shooting for the Lakers. During the second half of last season, was easily their best player down the stretch. Also one of the most underrated signings this past free agency, the 6'9" power forward is fitting in very nicely in the front court alongside Anthony Davis. You can even make the case Randle is a top 3 player from the 2014 draft class. Number 2, Steven Adams. One of the most consistent and reliable role players in the league, Adams plays his role as well as anybody, from always being at the right place at the right time. If OKC had a real big 3 last season, take away Melo and add Steven Adams, as he was way more valuable. The 7-foot center from New Zealand doesn't put up crazy numbers, but during a game last season, Blake Griffin had high praises for the big men, led the league in offensive rebounds alongside Andre Drummond at over 5 a game a season ago, put up 14 and 9, but would have easily averaged at least 10 to 11 boards a game if he didn't let Russell Westbrook get all the rebounds. Adams simply doesn't get enough credit for what he brings each and every night. Setting those hard screens is brutally painful for his opponents, just ask Pat Beverly. Number 1, Gary Harris. The 24-year-old shooting guard is slowly getting the recognition he deserves as the second best player on the Nuggets. Is one of the best finishers around the rim. Known as a 3-and-D type player, Harris came off a terrible rookie season at 3.4 points, had one of the biggest improvements. Last season, averaged 17.5 points, shot 40% from 3 and 49% from the field, developed the clutch gene on both ends of the floor. His growth is similar to Jimmy Butler's, improving every season as a two-way player. I'm not saying he'll be as good as Butler, but him and Jokic are one of the best underrated young duels in the NBA, as Denver's on their way to getting back to the postseason for the first time since 2013. If you had to redraft the 2014 class, Joel Embiid goes number 1. Harris will highly be considered at number 2, at least in the top 4. Is also a better player than Andrew Wiggins right now, no question about that. My 5 most honorable mentions includes Clint Capella, Fred VanVleet, Nikola Mirotic, Caris LeVert, and JJ Redick. Those guys simply don't get enough credit for their contributions to their teams. Capella, just like Adams, is always at the right place at the right time, plays perfectly within his role. Mirotic was a way better fit, as New Orleans was a better team with him than Cousins, can go off for 30 points on any given night, a deadly offensive player. LeVert, who's been the best player for Brooklyn in his first 6 games, averaging over 20 points to start, has shown flashes of brilliance. JJ Redick, previously coming off his best season with Philly, is currently playing his best basketball in his 13th year at age 34, currently the second best scorer on the Sixers, a valuable asset for the process. Who do you guys think is the most underrated NBA player right now? Is there anybody I haven't mentioned? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More great stuff coming soon. See you next time.